Hello and welcome back to Gaming Blockbuster. Today, as I have told you previously in my earlier videos, that if you haven't checked, I have put all the video links in the description. Well, today we are going to talk about how you can specialize in every particular weapon to increase your power, to unleash your inner strength. Oh yeah. So basically it will be a complete guide and explanation of star study, that is very important. So for doing this you have to be inside your home, otherwise all those star and constellation stuff won't be working. So as you can see now from character, here we have the stars constellation part. When you open it, in the center, the ocean of knowledge, this is the most important one. When you click it, this one you have to max out, like all 3 out of 3 out of 3 out of 3 out of, I have to max out all of them. As you can see, resilience, crit, defense. Now comes the most important part. After I've maxed out, there will be 3 more branches of this. This branch, this is for long range, so it will unlock Azure Dragon and Vermilion Bird constellation. If you want to be a long range warrior including handguns, cannons, then there are those dual joint firearms, then we have our X-bows, different types of X-bows. So these are for the long range talents. So if you want to unlock this, then you have to max out all 3 out of 3 out of 3 out of 3 out of, like this. Then we have the knowledge of heaven. These are the general talents, so this is also important because the general talents are about jumping, dashing, dodging. So you have to just do it 3 out of 3 out of 3 out of 3. This is the close range talent that contains the constellation for white tiger, black tortoise, those. So I'm not a close range type, so as you can see, this knowledge of earth is all 0000, because I prefer long range type of combat. So I will show you all the constellation part by part in this video, so stay tuned. As you know, stars are very important to lighten up your dark nights and to make you powerful in this game. So let's talk about the general talents, the knowledge of heaven. So when you have done upgrading this to max level, you will get as you can see, this is the one. This is the general talent part. This 2 constellation, the solar and lunar. So it is the culmination. It is a type of constellation that attributes for different types of dodging. So it has 2 different types of constellation inside it. First is the solar sun, which I have maxed out to 3 out of 3 out of 3 out of 3. So most of this, it's for dodging, so it will make you invincible for 0.25 second first stat. When you have done the second stat configuration, the mind reader detection dodge duration will be increased by 0.1 second, and when you have done the final one, so the mind reader dodge duration will be increased by 1 second. So it also gives other stats like defense, bonus, attack, crit, all this stuff. So these are the star talents that you can get from this one. It contains double dash, triple dash, something like that. Now we are coming to the lunar star. Now lunar star is for jumping, single jump, double jump, triple jump, like that. So it has a lot of constellation in it: attack, damage resistance, HP, bonus damage, then defense, like that. So first skill that you will unlock is double jump. The jump ability will have plus 70 FX. The jump height, you can jump a little higher. The second stat will be double jump, and can control the jump location and landing. And the third one is triple jump, that helps you jump even freaking higher. You know, you can jump very high in the sky. So that is for the lunar star. So these are basically for survival stats. So this was the general knowledge, general skills from the stars. Now we will talk about the range. As you know from the center, the knowledge of people for long range. So the most used, the strongest two constellation are the Azure Dragon and the Vermilion bird here. So you can see the Azure Dragon here. The Azure Dragon controls different types of range stuff, that is multi-expo, short expo, rigid expo, kilo expo, mighty expo. So these standard weapons of range are controlled by the Azure Dragon. So first, the center is the Horn Star. It gives you talents and skills for the rigid expo. As you can see, the first is the stamina cost will be reduced by 5%. Second will be the attack will increase by 10% for 2 seconds after reloading. Third will be holding a rigid expo increases weakness damage by 2%. There is a 20% chance replenishing 1 ammo even when hit the target's weakness. When you're hitting the target's weak spot, there was a chance that no ammo was lost on targeting him. Now we come to the tail star. So it is for the mighty expo. So they have pretty much the same stats every time, but some of them just differ. As you can see in this one, there is a little difference, just a little. Holding a mighty expo increases the attack and 2% hitting the weakness. Then we have another weakness damage will be 5% when you're standing and hitting, so it will give 5% more damage there. When you are holding the mighty expo, there is 20% chance that an extra ball does not consume the ammo when not moving. When you are standing and hitting, there is a chance that your ammo will not be consumed. So this is about the tail star. Next come the winnowing basket star, the water leopard. You know the power of a water leopard, which actually don't exist in reality, but here it does as a constellation. This is for the short expo. So the talents you will be getting here, the holding the expo increases max damage distance by 10% when HP is over 50%. When HP is over 50%, your max damage distance will be increased by 10%. The second skill, while holding the short expo, the weakness damage plus 10%. So the weakness, when you are hitting the weak spot, suppose say when you are hitting the weak spot, the damage is 100, but you will have this skill unlocked and it's slotted, then when you are hitting the weak spot, the damage will be 110 per shot, because there is a 10% increase in your damage. The last and the main skill, the most deadly skill of death, constellation. While holding the short expo, weakness damage plus 10%, and the chain hits on the target's weakness deal an extra 20 damage. So when you're holding the short expo, there will be 2% extra damage on his weak spot, and when you have successfully done a chain of hitting, like you never miss and you keep hitting the weak spot, so there will be an extra 20 damage on it. Next come the next star. This is also known as the golden dragon. Wow, so much gold. So this is for the multi expo. So let's discuss the talents for it too. While holding a multi expo, accuracy will be plus 10 when aiming, so you will have a plus 10% accuracy. That means there will be a less recoil. Now let's say when you're holding a multi expo, it recovers HP equal to 10% of the attack to each enemy defeated. So this will recover your HP, so it's super handy. It's super really freaking fucking handy, because the more of enemies you will kill, let's say you are just hunting random monster, and it will recover HP equal to the 10% of attack. The damage you are dealing, the 10% of it will be recovered as your HP on killing that particular enemy. Next we are coming to multi expo, increases attack by 10% when aiming. your attack will be increased by 10%. Now the root star. It is also known as the fucking raccoon, the earth raccoon. Start talent for Kilo Expo. So this fucker is for the Kilo Expo user. So when you're holding in Kilo Expo, there will be a plus 10% accuracy chance. This one is common. We had this skill before again. When holding a Kilo Expo. Oh fuck. So there was some internet disruption. Sorry for it. While holding the Kilo Expo, the max damage distance, that is will be increased by 10% when you are riding, means when you are upon your mount, pet or whatsoever. So there will be a 10% increase in damage distance. So the damage distance will increase, in other words. Now the third and the most freaking fucking type of skill that is available here. While holding the Kilo Expo, the damage dealt plus 10% when the ammo is lesser than 50%. When you have less than 50% ammo, the increased damage will be plus 10%. So these are all for the Expo, guys. Now let's talk about the others. Let's go to the Vermilion bird. This one. So the first is the Wilster, also known as the wooden dog. This is for the joint firearms. So let's talk about the skills that you can get. Holding a joint firearm increases the speed by 10% for 2 seconds after reloading. After reloading, there will be a boost in your speed. You know, you can just run. You are fast as fuck, boy. Like that. You will be flash for 2 seconds. That's a simple thing of understanding the skill. Now the second skill we have, holding the joint firearms increases the weakness damage by 10% for 2 seconds after reloading. Every motherfucking shit is after reloading. So the weakness damage will be increased by 10% for 2 seconds. Now comes the last, the most exclusive skill. That is, holding the joint firearm increases the fire rate by 10% and attack by 2% when aiming. This will simply increase the firing rate and the attack by 2% and 10%. Let's come to the chariot star. This is also known as a water worm. Worm. It's a worm. Fucking worm. So this talent is for plum shuriken. You know, the ninja, the shinobi, the cool guys. So yeah, so that is for this water worm is for them. So holding a shuriken increases speed by 10% for 2 seconds after reloading, same as the previous one. When you go to the second, while holding a plum shuriken, damage dealt plus 10% for regular attack. There will be a plus 10% increase in your damage per strike. And when holding a plum shuriken, target's defense is minus 10% after hitting the target weakness. The defense will be decreased by minus 10% when you hit the target's weakness. Now let's go a little fucking up. The ghoster, it is also known as the golden lamb. So we had a golden dragon, a golden lamb. I don't know what type of golden shit we will be seeing in this video. So these are for the flash firearm, the basic snipers that you can have in here. Yeah, flash firearm is kind of a sniper. I call them sniper because they look like a fucking sniper. So yeah, that's the reason. So the first skill will be, there will be a 10% increase in speed, as fucking usual. Then when holding the flash firearm, the reload time will be minus 10%, means there will be a reduction in the reload time by 10%. The finale skill, that is when you're holding the flash firearm, the weakness damage deal will be plus 10%. Most of the skills are shit here. Now we are coming to the willow star. These are for the rumble gun. Well, rumble gun are kind of my favorite because they are explosive type rocket launchers. So yeah, boom, bazooka. So also known as the earth throw. Star talent controls rumble gun weapons. Let's see what skills it got. Holding the rumble gun reduces the stamina consumed by 5%. You know the blue fucking circle you have while moving, so it will just reduce it by 5%. So holding the rumble gun increases the attack by 10% while you have stamina. So it will increase the attack by 10% when you have good amount of stamina. So here we are looking at the final skill here. So holding the rumble gun reduces the reload time by 10%. There will be a reduction in the reload time by 10%, and there will be an increase in attack by 3%. Now as you can see, this is my favorite. This is my favorite wing star, the fire snake. From the name you can understand the strength in it. So this controls handgun weapons. These are my favorites because handguns are the most exclusive weapon for beast hunting. As you can see, I've upgraded all of them, every single node here, for unlocking all the 6 talents here. So the first talent you are getting is holding the handgun increases defense by 10% when HP is over 50%. So this will improve the defense. The damage intake will be lesser. While holding a handgun, the final damage will be plus 20% for 1 second after reloading. So after reloading for 1 second, there will be an increased 20% damage stat. Let's come to the holding a handgun reduces the reload time by 10% and increases attack by 3%. This was most common, you have seen this one before also. So this was for the star in Vermilion bird. Let's look at the other stars. This is the South Deeper. So you get this from general talents, the Big Deeper, South Deeper, and Culmination. This was the culmination. For this one only you gotta upgrade that, and also if you are the user of Tranquil Fan. So here we have the Benevolent Star, and is also known as the Benevolent. So it does not have any, like cool sexy animal name, like fire snake and all. So it's just known as the Benevolent. Let's see the fucking skills. So Tranquil Fan's toggle status at full energy increases the invisibility and speed by 0.5 seconds. So you will be invisible, and the increased speed both will be increased by 0.5 seconds. The Tranquil Fan Gracious status activation duration is increased by 1 second. Those freaking flying mid-air combos, so that will be increased by 1 second. The Finale, the skill cooldown is reduced by 1 second. So the skill cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. So these are all the 3 important skills about the Tranquil Farm. Now we have Nunki. So this is also known as the Nunki. These animals in this particular fucking constellation have the most lamest names. Bah. So it's for the flutes. Jade flute listens to the flute skill cooldown reduced by 1.5 seconds. So the skill reduction time will be by 1.5 seconds. Let's talk about the second one. The ferry passenger skill cooldown will be reduced by 1.5 seconds. So the ferry passenger skill cooldown will be time reduced by 1.5 seconds. The increases interrupted status by 1 second. So most of them are related to the skills, and they will just reduce the time for skill cooldown. So they have this pig, the Compassion Star, also known as Compassionate. This starter contains the Shelkun weapons. The Shelkuns. So the sleep cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. The storm cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. The dance cooldown will reduce by 1 second. So only there is reduction in skill cooldown, no extra definite stats. We have our Pipa. Well, Pipa is my favorite. Even though it's my favorite, I didn't upgrade it. Lack of star points. The strum, the speed increase effect will be plus 1%. There will be the tune cooldown, scale reduction time by 1 second, and there will be the lingering sound cooldown skill. When there is a lingering sound skill, it would have a skill cooldown reduced by 1 second. Now we have the police, also known as the police. Like, what the fuck, can't you just give any cool sexy name for these creatures? Why are you just copying the same thing and you are also writing also known as? Does that makes any fucking sense at all? So these are for the staff users. Lightning shock duration will be reduced by 1 second. The fortunate fire will be duration reduced by 1 second. The abyssal water duration will be reduced by 1 second. So most of these here have only skill cooldown reduction. So we have the prudent star. This is for the royal sword users. The sword heart skill cooldown will be reduced for 1 second. The sword well duration will be reduced for 1 second. And this is also for the sword well, and again its skill will be reduced by 1 second. The final one, the culture star. Finally it has something else. The Wenchang star! Yeah! The Wenchang! Then this name has some strength. I can feel it. So this console that, you know, the lamp you carry in night. So this is for those lamp users, and I think this is probably the most useless weapon right now because the charging time takes too long. Even though it has a very fucking high damage, it takes too long, and I rarely see anyone using this shit. I don't know if you guys just use it, but whatever that case might be, I consider this is the most useless weapon in this game for now because I ain't the expert of this shit. So it will has green pine status effect increased by 2 seconds. Oh wow, we have something new skill. So second is the illuminator status effect will be increased by 2 seconds. The skill, all the skills damage will have plus 8%. This is actually good. The skills in this user's weapon are actually good compared to the other skills of the other weapons. You have done with the South Dipper, and let's do Black Tortoise, the Big Dipper. So this one is another type of range, also known as the Great Gate. So here also the copy name policy has been continued. So these are for the bow users. So sealed heart status active duration will be increased by 1.5 seconds. The open window skill cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. Then we have the muddled frost status. The activation duration will be increased by plus 1 second. So this is the Legion Breaker, also known as the Arcade. Nice. So this is for the storm scene. You know that lightning charger you have? Well, I don't have. I never actually used that shit. I never got the formula or anything, and I never really tried to buy that. But yeah, so that lightning shit is the storm sling, and I heard it's pretty good. So if you guys use the storm sling, so this Legion Breaker is for you. Upgrade all the stats here. As you can see, all the fucking stats we have, all the nodes, upgrade them. So let's talk about the skills. When holding the freaking storm sling, there is an accuracy increase plus 10%. Let's go to our second skill. The fire rate will be increased by 15%. The third skill, the melee damage reduction increased by 5% while holding. Well, when your opponents will be attacking you using melee weapon, there will be a fucking damage reduction. Like they will be hitting and you're like, well, I'm not feeling any pain like that. Well, that is just dream. It's just reduction by 5%. But yeah, it will increase later on when you upgrade the particular skill configuration that I will tell you in this video only. So stay tuned and keep watching Gaming Blockbuster. And while you are watching, please, you can see the red subscribe button there. When you can see that button, why don't you click it? Click the red subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you will never miss a notification from Gaming Blockbuster, because I bring the most exclusive Chimeraland video in English. And also please comment. let's go to our next star, the literary star. So the literary star is also known as the literary. It's related to the literature. Just kidding. So it's related to the canon. So this is kind of another, it's a big brother of handgun, the canon. So for literary star, you can see holding a handheld cannon increases damage reduction of the surrounding allies by 5% for 2 seconds after reloading. So it will not only affect you, it will affect your allies too. The damage reduction will be increased by 5%. Holding a hand cannon, the increased attack of the surrounding allies by 5% for 2 seconds after reloading. So it will affect your allies again, it will increase the attack of them by 5%. Next comes the reload time will be reduced by 10%, the final skill, and increases the range damage reduction by 3%. So this is mostly a defensive type of skills we have in literary star. Now let's go to the next star, the great gate. Okay, not this one. Yeah, the prisoner star. So this is also known as the prisoner. So it is for the parallel gun user. Parallel gun is a type of X-bow. It's a hybrid of rumble gun and X-bow. That is parallel gun. So holding a parallel gun, there will be an increase in your defense by 5%. By holding a 5% chance of replenishing one and even hitting an enemy's weakness. When you are hitting the enemy's weak points, there is a 5% chance that the ammo won't be consumed. The holding the parallel gun increases the attack by 10% when your HP is over 50%. So when your HP is over 50%, there will be an increase in 10% attack. So what else we have here? This one, the voracious wolf star, also known as the voracious wolf. So this is for the flamethrower we have, also known as the skyfire. When you are holding the skyfire expo, the stamina consumed when jumping by 10%, it will be reduced. Next kill, the ammo reload time will be reduced by 15%. The skyfire flame hits an enemy, it will burn them for 3 seconds. Once after you have done hitting your enemy, they will have a constant damage on them for 3 seconds. So this is there in this star node, the Big Dipper. Now let's talk about the another one, that is the knowledge of earth, which I haven't upgraded. So first comes the white tiger. So it controls a lot of close range type of weapon. First is the twin blades. So the sunder skill cooldown reduced by 1 per second. The fascinid dash cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. The Sparumu slice cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. So basically this is another type of weird shits which has only skill cooldown timers. Let's talk about the stomach star, also known as the earth pheasant, that controls the sword. You know, the katana from Demon Slayer, all those types of breathing. Can you breathe? So there will be again the skill reduction skills, the stun skill, radiant skill, and the Remand skill. So all of them will have a skill cooldown time reduction. The net star, also known as the moon crow, so it controls the long spear. All the configuration, resonance, flower dance, flash, there will be only skill cooldown time reduction. Who is this Golira? So we have Orion, the water ape. After water worm, we have a water ape. So it controls the crescent, new moon, skill cooldown time reduction, lightning dash, and virtue skill. So this is also similar. Every fucking skills configuration, everything is so similar here. As you can see already, the Pawn Star. Oh, we have found another of our golden stuff, the golden dog. So it is for the blood edge. As you can see, this is a little different. The second impervious state granted by the blood edge lasts an extra 0.5 second. Blood edge moonwave again, skill cooldown. Oh god, the moon. So only one thing is interesting, other two are just the same thing, so nothing fucking there to explain. You can already understand what it is. We have talked about being a white deadly freaking tiger. Now let's talk about the black tortoise. It also controls very hard type of weapons. So the deeper star we have, as you can see, first we have the battle axe. So in the battle axe we have all the three different type of skills. Wow, it's just the same, only skill cooldown reduction, so there's nothing to explain again. So we have this freaking well, the wall star known as the water base. This is for learning Captain America style breathing. As you have seen in my previous video, if you haven't watched my previous video, it is very important, go watch, the link will be there in the freaking description. Shield push, steadfast, holy blessing, and holy shit. So it only has the skill cooldown time reduction. We have the fire pig, the encampment star, the encampment star, the encampment, so whatever the name may be. So it's for the cudgel, you know, the one thing the Monkey King uses every time, the big rod. So it's for the cudgel. So it has skill cooldown reduction, skill cooldown reduction, skill cooldown. No, it is different. Oh yeah, finally the impenetrable body duration will be increased by 0.5 seconds. So there will be an impenetrable body stat while using the cudgel, so that will be duration will be increased by 0.5 seconds. What else we have? We have a freaking bat. This will be the Corona constellation, the bat. So Earth Bat, the girl star, it's for the heavy sword users. Skill cooldown reduction, skill cooldown reduction, skill. Now the sword spirit duration will be increased by 0.25 seconds. This is also new. The sword spirit stat has a duration that will be increased by 0.25 seconds. Now we have this big bull. Oh, we have found another golden shit. The golden ox, the ox star, it controls the mall. Well, mall is a very freaking good damn shit strong weapon and can also be used for breaking ruins or houses of other players. So the mall protection duration will be increased by 1 per second. When you have the protection stand, the duration has an increase of 1 second. Now we have the skybreaker. There will be a cooldown and reduced by 1 second, again skill cooldown. And mesa cleaver, again it's another skill cooldown. So as I have explained all the stars and constellation there are here, what you need to do and how you can specialize in particular weapon. Now I will show you how to configure all these stats. When you click on this particular skills, you can see two buttons, configure and upgrade. When you go to configuration, this is the total configuration of what you are using, what skill you are using. As you can see all my configuration here, the sun level 1, sun level 2, edge spirit, all the skills that I have upgraded so far till now and how to increase the stats. So you have to just select and configure them here. As you can see, I have equipped all the skills that I have upgraded so far, and you can keep equipping them and there will be more slots for doing that. Now let's talk about upgrading the skills. Every skill can be upgraded and there will be always an increase. If the defense has been 10%, when you upgrade it Each of this configuration skill can be upgraded 6 times with indigo jade. So we have this indigo jade and we will need sages to upgrade this. So there are different types of indigo jade, the fern green jade. For this red skill you will need the mark of fire along with the crimson jade. Now as you can see, there are all the skills that can be upgraded here, and you will also need sages to upgrade this. So these are all for the star study. Now I will just give a very short on how to get indigo jade. Now indigo jades are drops from beasts also. Now what about the beast and the random beasts that you kill like the litiger, photofan, all this type of beasts, so they drop the indigo jade. Now let's talk about the other way of getting indigo jade. So that is from the home shop. As you can see, I'm here in the home shop. Okay, I guess it's not in the home shop. Sorry, it will be in the normal shop. As you can see, we have found our fucking indigo jade. This is the fern jade. For this you will need the amber that you have to buy, and you can buy indigo jade 10 per piece here, and there is actually no limit on how much or how many you can buy here. So this is all for now in this video. I will be soon meeting you in the next video, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and stay updated with Chimeraland. Yeah! So ciao for now. I will be meeting you in the next video, and don't forget the official Facebook group link for Chimeraland is given in the description, and also you will find the background music link in the description. So tata, goodbye. I will meet you again in the next video. Voila.